welcome back to my channel. So today I was debating whether to do a story time or a makeup collection or a makeup video. I was debating what to do, and I've decided to do because everyone's probably going to uni soon. Well, fingers crossed, people will be going to uni soon in a few months. So I thought I'd do my first year at uni and what it was like, because I still got a few more assignments to do, but basically I am done for this year. Excuse my hair, it's like all over the place. I don't know what to do with it. Sometimes I debate whether shaving it all off. But basically, this is basically what my first year was like, how I found it, if I found it difficult, if I found it alright. So obviously I applied for UCAS, I've done all that. I brought all the stuff that I needed for the accommodation, because they had quite a lot. They had like a kettle, they had ovens. I decided to go in a townhouse. I was debating whether staying at home or not, because I did only live half an hour away. I was debating whether to obviously get my license and then drive to and from uni. But everyone says that's a lot of work, like you need to pay for parking, you need to find somewhere to park, etc, etc. So I decided, okay, like it doesn't seem like it's very much worth getting my license and driving to and from uni. So my next option was to obviously live at uni instead of commuting. And then I looked at accommodation. They had flats or they had townhouses, and then townhouses you could fit 12 people in, and I thought it'd be like decent, because I was looking at flats and I was like, I'm not so sure flats are my thing, because we went to an open day, we looked at the townhouses, they looked really nice. So I was like, wow, the townhouses actually look better than the flats. So I decided to go with the townhouse, because the townhouse looked better than flats. When I went to go and visit the uni, it was still under construction, because I do go to University of Northampton. I study creative film and digital media production. I did work an open day, so if you're watching this and you did see me at the open day, hi. University is a hard choice to make. You need to be in the right headset and you need to know what you're doing. Most 18-year-olds who have just turned 18, they have, like, I personally had no clue what I wanted to study. So that's why I took a gap year, to find out what I wanted to do, what I wanted to study. And I decided after 1 year at sixth form and 1 year at college, I realised the only thing I'm actually good at is media. That's the only actually good thing I was good at. I did look at photography, because I do love photography, but my uncle, he did photography at uni, and he said it was more theory work than actually practical work, and media is the other way around. It's more practical work than it is theory work, depending on what modules you choose for the second year. So I decided to go with creative film, because I thought it'd be a better experience. And that's actually, funny enough, why I could manage to YouTube, because I did get Adobe, and Adobe is my lifesaver. It's the thing that I edit on. This is what I use for like all my videos, and it's really handy to have anyway. If you become a freelancer after uni, this is the setup that you need. You'll need a camera, you'll need editing software such as Photoshop. I'm not good with Photoshop. I still need to find out how you do certain stuff on Photoshop. So I'll probably do like a master class or something after university, or even over summer maybe. I don't know yet. I'm still deciding on what to do. I've just turned down brightness a bit because I thought it was a bit bright. But I'll probably regret it when it comes to editing. So basically, as I said, I'm studying creative film. I decided to go with a foundation course. My grades weren't good enough to do the ordinary course. I applied for 3 unis, and that was D Montfort, which is in Leicester. Obviously Northampton, I applied to Northampton. And then I applied for Sunderland, Southampton. I think I applied for a few others as well, but I can't remember what ones I applied for. I just know that I applied for very like media based courses. I didn't want to go to Southampton. That was the one that was on the top of my list, was Southampton. But I didn't have the grades to get into that one. And then my second choice was De Montfort. Didn't have the grades to get into that one. And then the only one that I managed to get was Northampton. And I can't tell you enough how internally grateful I am. I managed to get into a uni, because I thought my grades wouldn't be good enough. When I was at school, I was bullied and I didn't really focus my attention on my uni, like on my grades. I did try my hardest, but my focus was like, what's going to happen at school, what's going to happen at school. So that's why I didn't really focus on my work. And if you don't have the grades, just apply and see what they can offer you, because more than likely, I got a G in maths. Well, I went up to an F when I was in sixth form, but I got an F in maths, and I still managed to get into uni. And grades aren't everything. Sometimes they'll offer you a different course. I know people that went into our uni on really low grades and they still managed to get on a course. So if you do want to go to university, don't give up hope. Just apply and see where it takes you, because you might be more surprised than you think that you might actually get in. So I decided to go in a townhouse. We had a group chat for everyone in our house. There was only 11 of us, I think, because there was one room free, and then a girl dropped out, so I think there was 2 rooms free in our accommodation. So we kept posting on the Northampton page saying, our university Northampton page. I posted who's doing like creative film, because I wanted to find out who was doing creative film. At the time it was called media production, and then they changed it to creative film and digital media. Which makes more sense, because it is a very creative course, and it is so hard. You need to be on the ball constantly. There's so much theory work. You need to do production meetings. You need to do all that type of stuff. So it's not an easy course to do. Don't get me wrong. It's not easy at all. If you expect to go to uni and expect it to be easy, oh god, you're wrong, hun. It's not easy at all. It is so hard. People have dropped out of our course because they can't hack it. As I said before, it's not an easy course. There's so many elements to it. You need to be good in group work, because most of our projects are in group work. Like this year, I think I've had 3 projects which were being group work. We do a lot of presentations. So you need, I wouldn't say you necessarily need confidence, because you can build confidence throughout each presentation. But when I first started uni, I did not have the confidence whatsoever to stand up and do a presentation. But now I feel more comfortable to do that, because I speak to you guys, I do TikTok, I do other stuff that makes me build confidence. Our lecturers have so many good connections. Our head of media, he is the nicest person you'll ever meet. He's taught me so much throughout my time at uni that I didn't really know before. I found out what my passion is, and I love script writing. That is my my goal, is to either become a script writer or to be in social media, or working for Instagram or something like that, or to fully just work in a studio. Studio work is not easy. I know it's not easy. We have a studio at our university, and it's not easy. You have to be on the ball constantly. You need to think of little adjustments that can make the production so much better. So if you are looking at studying creative film, I do have my inboxes always open. So if you do have any questions or queries, please just message me on my Instagram, and I'll more than likely message you back, because I don't really speak to anyone, if I'm honest. So I'll more than likely reply to your message. The only thing about our course is kit. It's not to a really high standard like studios in London have, but we afford what we can, and that's the main thing. As long as we get the experience using some equipment, that is the main goal. Because if you know how to use certain equipment, you'll more than likely be able to use other equipment. We have a studio which is really good. It has high quality equipment, so I would definitely recommend our uni for that. Sorry if you can hear any noise. As I keep saying in every video, my window is open. It is way too hot to have it shut. So basically our equipment isn't to a higher quality than you would think. But we're not in London. We don't get that much money for our uni. We can't afford high quality equipment, but we are slowly getting new equipment in. So it is getting better by each month or each year. It is getting better, don't get me wrong. They've just built a whole new campus which costs millions, and I'm not sure how much it is, but I definitely know it was in the million mark, maybe above the million mark. But it was such a good change. The accommodation, the uni is so good. The only thing I would say about the accommodation is that it's not very it looks like they've rushed it, because there's certain things that I've noticed. There are certain things like the wardrobes, they're not built properly. I've noticed a few bits like the pipes. We've had a few plumbing problems in the accommodation I'm in now isn't the same accommodation as which is on the uni campus. The accommodation I'm in now is just regular private accommodation. So you have accommodation which is on campus, and then you have accommodation which is off campus. And I'm in the accommodation that is off campus because I'm basically kind of in my second year. I did a foundation year last year. So you basically, first year is split between 2 years. So last year was more getting your skills up to date with theory work. This year was more practical work, and then obviously we'll go into just regular because foundation is only 2 years. And then next year we'll just be with everyone else doing the work that we would do with everyone else. If that makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, I'm sorry, but it's hard to explain. When I try and explain it to people, it's not easy to explain. This is the only course that I could get into. Probably my third year, I'll more than likely can move to and from uni. I'll be 24 then. So I guess it depends where I am in 2 years. I do have exciting stuff coming up, if it all goes to plan. Getting on to the people in our house. Now, some of them I'm with right now, and I love them to pieces. They're so lovely, it's so genuine and so nice. And then there's other people that were in our accommodation. Don't get me wrong, they were nice, but we had similar personalities. So we would clash a bit. So we weren't always on each other's terms. We would argue a lot. There was only 2 boys in our house, which was one of them only just turned 18 and he was a bit immature, and then the other one, I'm not going to say too much about him because I don't want to, as I said, get a lawsuit because he is studying law, but he's not the greatest person. He was a bit he got agitated very easily, not in a good way. He wasn't the best to be around. We would argue quite a lot. We did speak before uni and we were fine. I don't know what happened. We got along so well. And as soon as we got to uni, it just went downhill. But he was nice. And then I got to uni and I've noticed certain things about him that just weren't up to my expectations of what I thought he was. He walked me to and from clubs. So he is a nice guy, don't get me wrong. But our personalities, we just clashed. And I clashed with the other boy as well, because I feel like usually I get along with boys better, but sometimes it depends on the boy if they're immature or mature. And then the girls, some of them were a bit bitchy. Some of them would say something to your face and then go say something else behind your back. If you go to uni, just be wary of what you tell people, because they may go and tell other people and then they may tell other people. And then it's like a full like Chinese whisper circles. It all gets mixed up and then things... So yeah, just be wary who you tell your secrets to and who you tell your problems to. Because if you have a disagreement with someone in the house and then you go and speak to them about that certain person, they may go and tell the other person. Like, I noticed someone's boyfriend was on Tinder and I spoke to her best friend and I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, do I tell her? Do I not tell her? She was like, oh no, don't tell her because it's nothing to worry about. And then I felt bad in that situation. I was like, I kind of have to tell her. So I went downstairs and I said, look, can I speak to you for a second? I'm not going to say any names because, as I said before, I don't think it's right. So I pulled her aside and I was like, I found your boyfriend on Tinder. And she goes, oh, I thought we deleted it. Everyone was like, you shouldn't have told her, but I was like, oh, no, I should have told her. So yeah, uni for my first year was very difficult. It was not easy. Last year was a harder year because I didn't get along with people in the house. I felt very isolated. I felt like I didn't really have anyone to go and speak to. The people in our house now, I feel closer to them than I did last year because we're by ourselves. We're not in a massive group. We're in a house with, like, it's me and then 3 other girls. 2 of the girls I lived with last year, and then the other one is a friend of a friend. So she lives with us. Next year, we're still staying in this accommodation, and then 3rd year is the year that I have no clue what I'm doing. I might have to go back to university accommodation, but I don't want to do that, or I could look at a studio apartment. I'll most likely look for a studio apartment because hopefully my YouTube will be hitting off by then and I'll be able to full time, hopefully, fingers crossed, I don't know. I would love to do this full time. But as I said before, uni, like, oh, let's go on to Freshers Week. Now, Freshers Week, it all seems to be hyped up, but honestly, it's not that special, okay? If you feel like Freshers Week is a good week for you, go ahead, go and do it. But personally for me, Freshers Week wasn't that good. I thought Freshers Week was just overhyped, and when we actually came to Freshers Week, I paid as we went along. Other people paid for a wristband, which gave you free access to all the events. I only went to about 4 or 5, I think. People in our house, they almost went to every single one of them. Yeah, people in our house, they almost went to every single event that they did on in Freshers Week. And I wouldn't do that. It's so expensive buying a wristband. Our wristband cost us 90 quid for our wristband, £100 for VIP, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. I would not spend that much on Freshers Week if I was you. I know you guys have just turned 18. You're probably excited. You're probably excited to go and live by yourself. But this is a time to actually focus on maturing and becoming basically an adult. Because this is a time, as I said before, you need to mature to get to... Because when you finish uni, you need to be mature because you'll be out there in the world by yourself. I'm 22, so I've got experience. I know what I'm doing. Well, I say I know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, my life is a mess right now. I have no clue what I'm doing. But I'm still mature in aspects. Like, I know how to cook. I know how to clean. I know how to be mature on a night out. Like, not drink. Like, not overdrink. I know how to... Well, that's the thing. Like, I know how to drink is because I've had past experiences where I've learned to be more careful. So when you're by yourself, my message is to new freshers, just be aware of first years around you. Some of them may be a bit older. Don't overdrink yourself because there's no need to do that. I've been on nights out with people in our house from last year and they've gone out like within the first hour and they're already throwing up in the toilet. So just know your limit. Don't let anyone force you to down something if you don't want to down it. Don't let someone pressurise you. I know that's a thing in uni. I know loads of people in like societies, they'll say, oh, down that, down that, down that. And if you don't want to do it, don't do it. Don't force yourself. If you're in a society and you feel like you need to down something, just don't do it if you don't want to do it. Don't feel pressured just because you're in a society that you need to live up to everyone's expectations. You don't need to do that. You're more than capable of doing it by yourself. So when it comes to societies, I didn't join any. I was going to join cheerleading, but I decided not to because I was ill the first year. I had a few health problems that I'm not going to discuss because they're quite private and I'd rather not say on the internet. But second year, I went to society like meetings for cheerleading. I went to go and see cheerleading. I went to go and sign up for tryouts, but I didn't end up going in the end because I thought I need to focus on my uni work this year. And then next year, there's no point signing up to anything because I'll be in second year. I think they're trying to get dodgeball, which I think would actually be quite good to be fair. But other than that, no, I don't see the point of joining any sports. So I might not just join any. I was looking at rounders and then one of the girls kept asking me on my Instagram, she goes, are you going to join? Like, are you coming to tryouts? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? And I was like, okay, yes, I know you're eager to get people, but don't like keep messaging me saying, are you coming, are you coming, are you coming? Because more than likely I'll say no, I'm not coming. Stop pressurizing me. But yeah, when it comes to money at university, just make sure you budget. So I give my money to my mum. So basically you get a student loan, you get a maintenance loan, which is like helps you out with like buying food, rent, etc. And then you get a tuition loan, which helps you with the costs at university. So basically our loan, our maintenance loan, personally for me, mine covers everything. It covers food, it covers rent, it covers travel, it covers everything because I got the maximum loan you can get. So that is my vote. I know people that apply for a loan and they don't get the maximum, but that's because it depends what your parents get. So if your parents don't get a lot, if your parents don't get a lot of money, you'll more than likely get the maximum loan. If your parents do get a lot of money, you're more than likely will not get the maximum loan. So it all depends what you what your parents get and what you get. If you're over the age of 23, I think you apply for if you live by yourself, I think you can apply for something else. I think you still apply for a student loan, but I think you'll get more than likely more money because you're living basically independently. Because a girl in our house, she's 20, I'm gonna say 24, I think she's 24. I'm sorry if you're watching this, I can't remember, I'm really bad with ages. But yeah, we all get along so well. We all have different personalities. 2 girls in our house are studying illustration, so they do a lot of drawing, and then a girl in our house is also studying special needs within education, I think. And then I'm studying creative film. So we all have very different courses, apart from the 2 girls that study illustration are very different in our own ways, which I think is good because it means we're not clashing within that. Because if we're on the same course, more than likely we might clash because we see each other every day. We see each other when we're at home, you just clash. So if you are thinking about second year, be careful who you choose and start looking at accommodation in October, because that's when people will start looking for houses and that's when they'll go off the market. You need to be so quick when it comes to accommodation. I think that is everything. This is a very chatty video. I know I've been doing very chatty videos lately. If you do want to see more makeup, please let me know. But I'm not that good with makeup, and most of my makeup is running out because I can't afford it. I don't have a setting spray at the minute. I don't really have a primer, it's just running out. So I'm waiting for my loan to come in, which comes in 4 days, for me to use a bit to get some more makeup. So yeah, that is everything. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really hope that you're all well. Please give this a massive thumbs up. Please like and subscribe. Click that bell to get notified when I have more videos, when I upload videos. And I really hope you're staying safe and staying home. Just to warn you, more than 80% of you are not subscribed to our channel. I would appreciate if you did, because this, as I said before, this is what I want to do for my future. And this is what I'm passionate about. I've always wanted to do it since I was a kid. So I would appreciate it if you guys subscribed. As I said before, I hope you're all well. I hope you're all safe. I hope you're all still staying at home and you're not getting too bored. I'm hoping to keep you guys updated with videos, so that's less strain for you guys. I love you all so much, and I'll see you next time.